did no good for them.
They've been trying to find their way back since, haven't they, Steen?
Yeah, they have. It's not so easy. It takes some time before you get back from an ACL injury.
Well, they will be missed. Definitely takes away a little bit of the glamour from the women's draw, but Japan will have plenty of hope for.
Yeah, they will in Matsuyama and Shida and Matsumoto and Nakahara, but it also adds pressure to the other players.
Absolutely, because that just means that one of those two have to deliver for the home nation. But right now we are focusing on the men's doubles, and there is a Japanese pair in action here as well, in a young Japanese pair in Okamura and Onodera, 23-year-olds who have certainly their work cut out for them when they take on probably one of the most informed men's doubles pairs, Steen, of the year.
I've seen them branded as favorites to win the title, Alfian and Ardianto.
Yeah, they've had an impressive season.
They've had an impressive season. They were not so strong in the beginning, but and people were starting talking that the youngsters were just getting the better of them since Fikri and Olana won the All England, but that sort of fueled Alfian and Ardianto, and they are perhaps the best playing pair since that All England title to their compatriots.
As we wait for the players and officials to get on court, we're here at the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, which during the Olympics hosted the table tennis. But before that, back in 2017 and before, used to host the Japan Open. So it is a court familiar to many. Here on court 1, we've seen 3 matches being played. Women's singles, women's doubles and the mixed doubles, all straight game wins going to the seeded players. Will that continue in the men's doubles is the question. Fajar Alfian and Mohammad Rian Ardianto seeded 5th in this tournament, and they take on Hiroki Okamura and Masayuki Onodera. Just looking at their draw, and they'll face the winner of a all-Japanese clash in Koga Saito and Matsui Takeuchi. So exciting times ahead in this men's doubles draw. Fajar Alfian, Mohammad Rian Ardianto, as Steen and I were talking about, one of the favorites here, having had an impressive season that saw them win 3 titles. Swiss Open, the Indonesian Masters, and Malaysia Masters on the HSBC BWF World Tour, but also got to 7 tour finals this year. So definitely one of the pairs to beat here in Tokyo. Hiroki Okamura and Masayuki Onodera, their challengers today, the world number 58s. As we see the players walk onto court. This is going to be their first ever meeting. The 2 pairs. And on paper, of course, it's Alfian and Ardianto who are favorites to win, but we saw yesterday in Yamashita and Shinoya who upset the number 10 seeds in Christensen and Boy in the mixed doubles, and you know, home side, home soil, home favorites, that tag does count for something, doesn't it, Steen?
It does.
Gives you extra energy, enthusiasm to perform well in front of the home crowd. And you know, having missed the crowd in Tokyo Olympics, I'm sure the Japanese team will be wanting to put on a show here. We just saw the toss of the coin.
But it's a different task for these two youngsters here. Nishinoya and Yamashita, bronze medalist from last World Championships, up against the 10th seed. Here it's a pair that's played the best so far in 2022, perhaps. So it's a tougher task this time.
I can tell you that Okamura and Onodera's last title was way back in 2018 at the Sydney International. So it's been a while since they've won something. But let's focus first on Fajar Alfian, 27 years of age, ranked 5 in the world. That's the highest they've achieved in their career, from Bandung, Indonesia. They were ranked 5th in 2019 as well, when they won that bronze medal at the World Championships. His partner, Muhammad Rian Ardianto from Bantul in Indonesia. They've had a impressive 2022, as we've been talking about. 39-9 win-loss record, won 4 of their last 5 matches. That's an indication of the form they're in coming into this tournament. The last title was the Malaysia Masters, where they beat Ahsan Setiawan, teammates, in straight games, that too. They've had a bye in this first round because they're the seeded pair. And so this is their first outing here at the World Championships. And they'll want to get off on a good note, set the tone for the tournament. Very, very important to get a confidence-boosting victory here for Alfian and Ardianto. Their opponents, of course, Hiroki Okamura, 23 years of age, from Hokkaido, Japan. Same as Arisa Higashino earlier on. Gone up as high as 44 in the world. That was in 2019.
Ready to
his
play?
Partner, Onodera. There he is. 23 years of age as well,
Ready
from Tokyo. He's a native of the city, like Yuta Watanabe. And they will certainly be looking to create some waves here. Take the match to their opponents. They've got nothing to lose. They were semi-finalists at the Korea Masters and Taipei Open this year, so quarterfinalists at the Taipei Open. They beat Atri and Reddy, big win in 3 games. Took about an hour, 21-11, 19-21, 21-15, and Atri and Reddy are higher ranked. So that would give them some confidence going into this match. And they've had a decent outing, Steen, in 2022 as well. But the officials for this match, Ballerina CM from India and Irma Villalpando Nera of Mexico.
Ready?
Get the match
Ladies
underway.
and gentlemen, on my right, Hiroki Okamura and Masayuki Onodera, Japan. And on my left, Fajar Alfian and Muhammad Rian Ardianto, Indonesia. Fajar Alfian to serve, to Masayuki Onodera.
Get the match underway.
Love all. Play. Out. Serve over. 1. Love. Love.
That's good. Net stroke from Ardianto.
1, 2.
He's improved a lot in the front court area, in my opinion.
Listed right in front of
3,
his
2.
opponent, didn't he, Alfian? Good rally, and it is Indonesia who come out on top.
The preferred formation for Alfian and Ardianto, with Ardianto applying pressure from the back court, more or less a playmaker role to attack in different ways. Good attack here from Onodera and Okamura. But the role for Alfian Ardianto is to create so much pressure that eventually Alfian can intercept at the front court with his great vision and eye for the game. The thing is, you cannot rely only on one formation, so you've got to work on the opposite formation as well.
5, 3.
You have to mention also that they're very, very strong in the flat game. Alfian and Ardianto extremely quick with the rackets. I was calling the match in the first round with Onodera and Okamura against Atri and Reddy, and as you mentioned, Atri and Reddy were higher ranked, but we shouldn't read too much into that because they hadn't won a match in 2 years. Atri and Reddy, last win was back in 2019, so it was a good first round win, but not much more than that in my opinion, so I'm pretty certain we'll see the Indonesians comfortably prevail here.
Well, it would be a surprise if they don't, wouldn't it?
It would be a shock. It would be a shock.
That's a 4-point lead already. Great stuff.
Slicing the last one.
8, 3.
So it's important to be able to work with different shots, power smashes, steep smashes, sliced, but also the placement, that you can choose different placements on court and your partner has a good sense of what you're going to choose in the different situations. Great challenge there at the net by Alfian.
Finds the space on the court. Nudges the shuttle cross. This is just the start they would have wanted. Very alert of the net.
Service over. 4, 9.
Kills it off with the backhand. Defending. In the end, though, Okamura's power at the back court comes through.
5-9.
Straight at the backhand of Ardianto.
Play.
4-point gap.
Very good shot quality on the cross drop there from
Wipe the court, please.
Ardianto.
10-5.
He completely caught his opponent by surprise. Was on full stretch there.
Show her what to wipe the court.
Keeps the court open. He was in the other side of the court there, and of course the Japanese player moved a little bit to the middle of the court to help defend.
Making their third appearance at the World Championships, Alfian and Ardianto. 2019, they skipped the 2021, the entire Indonesian team. 2019 bronze medalists. 2018, they lost in the third round, so they've managed to get past these stages before, the early stages.
This is one of the points of worry for the Indonesians. Ardianto's services, they're not consistent, and it can affect his game. So the way I see it, it's very difficult to point to a clear favorite in the men's doubles tournament. Of course, you would say the reigning world champions Hoki and Kobayashi on home soil, and been winning on the World Tour as well. And that is perhaps also the best bet. We also have the Olympic champions in the tournament, but they haven't played like Olympic champions ever since last year here. But maybe it's a Tokyo thing, so
yep,
the conditions should suit them well. But there's no doubt that the Indonesians, they're out to prove that they weren't there, and the men's doubles title is theirs.
11-7 interval.
Alfian and Ardianto holding on to that lead in the end. 11-7 at the break. 8 minutes played.
Nyolong terus yang kecil. Makan tadi saya gini.
Sekali-sekali boleh jam servisnya di lob ke belakang. Karena kenapa dia di semesannya keluar? Ya. Hah?
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Which is after Players back on court. 11-7. Play.
We resume game 1 with the Indonesians ahead by 4. Alfian will serve. That's good play from the Japanese. Quick exchange, killing off the point.
8-11.
Quick at the net.
12.
Atam Ardianto.
a lot of quality in the net shot here from Okamura. No, that was Onodera.
Waited for the opportunity there, Alfian. 43 shots, that one.
Service fault called too high. Service over. 9-13.
Just above the net.
Great placement by Alfian.
14-10.
No Chinese pairs in this year's tournament in men's double, and because they've switched the pairs around since they sort of returned to the World Tour after
15.
being in lockdown. And I personally feel it's a little bit sad that every entry is decided by the world ranking, because we're missing some pairs that would have been nice to have in the tournament. So I have a feeling that I would like to see that if you in the season win a Super 750 or a Super 1000 tournament, then you're automatically qualified for the World Championships.
Yeah.
We're missing Liu Chen and his new partner Wu Xuanyi, who won a tournament. I can't on the top of my head say which one it was. I think maybe it was Indonesia Open. Definitely missing them in men's double, and also in women's. Yeah, because he's also playing with a new partner, but in women's doubles, Rahayu and Ramadanti.
Yeah, it was the Indonesia Open
Yeah.
team.
So that's a pretty big tournament to win.
Super 1000, I know.
Yeah.
18.
And we also see some combinations playing here, but they've stopped playing in World Tour as the partners. But now we sort of reload them here, and I don't think that's good for the tournament.
Yeah, we saw Choi and Seal, prime example of them coming together just for the championships.
And Kang Min-hyuk and Kim Jae-won, where 3 of those 4 have already made big impact on the World Tour in the new partnerships.
Correct.
So we're sort of playing like a rerun of pairs that used to play. And that could be avoided by saying, okay, if you create really, really good results, automatically qualify.
Invite or a wild card, and you can do that kind of system, right?
Yeah.
12-18.
Yes, it does make it a little bit more one-sided when you don't have always the best performing pairs of the season.
Yeah.
Service over.
Ardianto, of course, one of those. Now
19,
7 points
12.
ahead. Two away from victory in this first game.
Service over. 13-19. Service over.
And that was going long, and that sets up 7 game points for the Indonesian pair. It's a good serve to begin with from Alfian, and comes through 21-13 after 15 minutes played in this first game. It is Indonesia who take the advantage.
Dia jaga kanan sekali. Dia jaga sebelah. Oh, kiri. Enggak, sorry. Dia di kanan enggak. Servis ke sana. Dia jaga lu buang. Itu satu sekali. Nah, masih dijidat tuh. Ambilin jar, jangan diambilin jar. Jom, kalau dia habis servis, pembukanya dia sodok kan. Nah, kayak tadi kamu panjangin, tes pakai force. Bolanya lebih bagus, dia nyerangnya lebih enak. Lebih datang bola kualitasnya lebih bagus. Itu satu. Kedua, ini kan agak menang angin dikit. Nah, angkatnya dikontrol itu kata nolokin sekalian, nolokannya. Ya. Ketiga, kalau posisi nyerangnya nggak usah buru-buru, jangan keras terus. Kalau keras terus dia siap terus. Jadi keras, ntar dicop atau dibaco. Keras kombinasi ini, ya. Arahnya kemana ntar masih belum jelas. Yang kecil lumayan.
The players walking back on court for game 2. Alfian and Ardianto secured the first fairly easily, I'd say. 21-13. That makes it tough going for the young Japanese pair of Okamura, Onodera. They have to go back to the drawing board for this one.
Service over. 1 love.
One of the things that is worth noticing is the type of attack when Okamura has the initiative compared to the variation that Ardianto is displaying when he's attacking from the backcourt. And if Alfian is at the backcourt, you should notice that he's probably only smashing hard once and then going for some other option, trying to make his way forward to the front court.
His comfort zone.
Yeah, his comfort zone. His comfort zone. I don't know if he gets all sweaty there at the backcourt or what it is. Good lift. Great play by the Japanese.
Yeah, they absorbed everything the Indonesians threw at them.
All.
He was looking for the net roll there, Ardianto, but
3-2.
quite get it right. The persistence of the Japanese playing off then.
Service over. 3 all.
But you feel as the longer rallies, it's the Japanese who have the edge a little bit sometimes.
No, not really. Yeah, sometimes they have it, but I mean, the Indonesians, they know now that they're going to win.
They've taken the first game.
Yeah, they've taken the first game. They've assessed the skills of their opponents. They know their own skills. And they're confident now that they're going to win, so they're playing at a lower percentage. They're not close to 100%. The Japanese, they're doing well, but I think their chance lies in sort of not awakening the Indonesians, if you could say so.
Keeping them subdued.
Yeah, stay close to them, perhaps 1-2 points ahead. Wait, there's one. Very, very
Service over. 4
wide shot from Onodera. I think he should always change his racket after that. Never accept responsibility. Change the racket and make sure that people knows that it was the racket's fault. But stay close and hope that you can sort of
5-4.
just cruise by from 18-19 or so. Take 3 quick
Then
points
just, yeah.
and sort of like steal the game. Very fantastic lead by Alfian.
6-4. Wipe the court, please.
Just so strong in front of the net. Finds the space there.
Okamura. Show what to wipe.
We're talking about Endo being in the Watanabe Higashino
Alfian.
coaching setup
Yeah.
in the earlier game, and he's here again. And I believe he's part of the club coaching setup, and that's why he's here, because these players, of course, belong to the club by Proji.
Play.
Nicely done.
Service over. 5-6.
Slight slip there from Onodera, but
Service over. 7-5.
was also really nicely struck by Alfian at the back, going for the slower shot there.
Okamura. Okamura. Keep it away.
Just wiping things off after that slip from Onodera. It's the second appearance for the Japanese in this World Championships. The last one was in Huelva, where they exited at the second round as well, at the hands of Go Visham and Tan Wee Kiong, the Malaysians.
Who, in terms of what we were discussing with these
Service
old
over.
pairings that are still playing, they already stopped playing before
7.
championships in Huelva, but they're also playing in this tournament because the ranking has been frozen, so they still have a ranking that qualifies them for participation.
Brilliant. He apologizes straight away because, of course,
Service
the shuttle
over.
did strike his opponent, but
8-7.
It's the intent and the attack of Alfian that is fantastic to watch at the net. You feel like they're just toying with them now.
Yeah, they're not toying with them, but it's close to, because they're not under pressure to play 100%, and that's also the nature of these World Championships, that we have certain limitations, just as the Olympics, in terms of entries per nation. And that means that we have some matches here in the early stages that are where the players or pairs are normally playing on different tours, where here Alfian and Ardianto clearly on the World Tour, Onodera, Okamura actually also on the World Tour, but lower ranked tournaments, Super 100, Super 300s, because that's the way the Japanese team sort of divides between A and B players.
So Alfian and Ardianto now up at the mid-game break in the second game, 11-6, 11 minutes played in this game.
Jombang di sana, di sini. Kalau yang belakang yang gede, yang kecil tuh jaganya lurus buangnya silang. Kalau kecil dia bisa serang balik.
Yang kecil dicop-cop ya?
Ya, dicop-cop dia karena jaganya terlalu belakang. Jom ajar kalau di posisi belakang, tembak pertama, tembak kedua, dia balikin lagi kan ngangkat gitu, turun. Diatur main gitu aja. Oke, servisnya mainin nol.
It's a good way to sort of involve coaches in terms of the national players and make sure that they get the right practice when they're back in the clubs. That's one of the differences in the Japanese system, that a lot of the players, they practice actually in their home team for a considerable amount of the year. That also requires the team coaches to be of high quality, because if they're not that, then it wouldn't be a good idea to practice away from a centralized training, where in Indonesia and a lot of other countries it's centralized throughout the whole year.
Yeah, it helps when club and country work together, especially if club career is a large part of your career.
Yeah, and I think they're actually employed by their companies, so some of them might actually work part-time, and sort of also securing a career when they finish playing badminton, unless they make enough earnings to create their own businesses or want to educate themselves in a different direction, so that it's a good way to do it.
Too easy.
But the key is that all parts of the system needs to work together, because if, for instance, the national team were not satisfied with the club coaches, then it wouldn't work. So the club coaches has to take advices from the national coaches a lot, and that's, I guess, where Park Japan has done a great job of creating a system that sort of delivers knowledge down through the system.
Cohesive environment.
Yeah.
It's led to a resurgence in Japanese badminton, delivering top players across all 5 disciplines.
Also shows a little bit about how long time of consistent work it takes. Because I remember Park, he started working in Japan when I was coaching, and that was, I think, 2004 or 5 or something like that, when he started out in Japan. Worked with a different bunch of players who are now, a lot of them employed as coaches and helping the next generation.
17-6.
You can see here now that Alfian and Ardianto have stamped their authority on this match. Pretty much one-way traffic at the moment.
They read it all the way. Alfian, the execution lacked a little bit there. But not too worried, I suppose.
17.
Still 10 points ahead. It's just nice.
Service over.
Shuttle to roll over.
18-7.
3 points away from victory now. Fajar Alfian and Mohammad Rian Ardianto. Let that go.
19-7.
Lovely.
20. Match point 7.
Badminton at its best. From Alfian and Ardianto, just setting up numerous match points now.
Service over.
Every time.
8-20.
This one saved. Many, many more to go.
Yeah.
Nine, 20.
To the court when he took that backhand, Alfian.
10,
Opponents
20.
capitalized on that. 3 match points saved. I'm sure Alfian and Ardianto a little bit annoyed. It's taking longer than that. Well, they do it on the 4th time of asking. 21-13, 21-10. The number 5 seeds from Indonesia through to round 3, where they will face another Japanese opponent.
Match won by Fajar Alfian and Mohammad Rian Ardianto. 21-13, 21-10.
Pretty much smooth sailing from 2-all. They took the lead and didn't really look back, Alfian and Ardianto. Confirmation of the scores there. Taking 34 minutes for the victory. Straight games victory. As players make their way off court. Good start to the campaign for Alfian and Ardianto. Coming up next, it is a mouth-watering clash in the men's singles. Japanese young gun Kodai Naraoka up against Kunlavut Vititsan from Thailand. It's a battle of the next gen.